Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. I spilled a little bit of water on my shirt and I'm intensely disappointed in myself. I cannot get over how aggravated I am that right before doing a video I got water on my shirt. It's just very disappointed in myself. That being said, what I wanted to discuss today is crime going up, but also one of the comments I made in my last video that a lot of people have been commenting on, sending me messages on, kind of aggravated with, which is that I said, I acknowledge the fact that crime has gone up, and I can acknowledge people who work at certain stores and facilities being aggravated at it. What I said is that my personal feeling is that I would have no worries walking around the city, even if I were leaving this store at 1 in the morning, even if I were to walk home at 1 in the morning, because I've done that many times over the past 10 or 12 years. I've actually sometimes when I think, and the trains here are so slow after midnight at sometimes that I'm literally better off doing that than waiting in between Bedford and Lorimer for 30 minutes because a fucking switch doesn't work in this shitty subway system. So one of the things that I said is I really would have, I'm not saying that the people that talk about crime are not really telling the truth. I'm just saying that me personally, I did not feel any sort of sense of threat when leaving, and honestly to this day I wouldn't. I would be able to walk back to what I used to call my primary residence in Brooklyn, and I would still do that at 1 in the morning without a care in the world. And when I said that, there were people that started sending me, the crime stats and crime stuff, and again, somebody sent me this, shopper points gun at, shoves Goodwill worker in New York City cops, and this is, you could see he's trying to hold the gun like a fake gangster there. And then there's this other person that got robbed in the apartment building that they're in. They pointed the gun at the torso of the 35-year-old mother, and they pointed at the son's head. The robbers demanded property and made off with the woman's car, keys, and wallet, which contained $1,500 in cash and an iPhone, and they drove off in her Range Rover after that. I get it. There's always crime in the city. You're going to find crime in a city of over 8 million people. And there are a lot of criticisms I have about New York. There are a lot of criticisms I have about the people that run New York. There's a lot of criticisms I have about a lot of the culture in New York. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to lie to you just because I don't like the city and just because I know that there's something that people want to hear. People want to hear that it is so absolutely god-awful that when you walk outside, you're more afraid there than you are if you're walking outside in a wartime area in Yemen. And that's not the case. I've never felt that to be the case, and I'm not going to make something up just because I think that's what people want to hear. In fact, what I was actually thinking of doing, and I wanted some of your thoughts on this, I was thinking of actually walking back to what used to be my primary residence in Brooklyn from this store sometime around maybe 11 or 12 or 1 in the morning with my camera. So, it's about an hour to an hour and a half long walk, so I figured I would just walk, wear something that mounts the camera over here so that you can see what I see. And, again, maybe I'm bad at assessing risk. Maybe it really is that much more dangerous. I don't particularly believe I'm that much of a tough guy. I'm not that big. And my martial arts instructor could most likely tell you I was probably one of his worst students in 30 years. I was, oh my God, and complete and utter lack of hand-eye coordination. I'm not some sort of tough guy. It's just I don't feel that way when I walk around. Maybe I'm used to it. Maybe I shouldn't be used to it. Don't get me wrong. There are areas where one of the things, the things that aggravate, when you're in a town of 400 people, you don't really have to lock your bike because you're just walking into the store to buy AA batteries and come back out the same way that you do over here. It's those types of things that are aggravating, and those things most certainly exist. If I leave a bag someplace and I walk away, for 5 minutes and it's unattended, somebody takes, that stuff is annoying, for sure. But the idea that I'm actually afraid to walk around as long as I'm just have basic sense of awareness, I don't like the city for a lot of reasons, but I'm not going to make things up just to make people happy. So I thought that something that would be interesting, again, would just to give you the actual experience of walking around. Now, I've seen that there are people that do videos walking around the city during the daytime or during early evening in more populated places. I thought it would be kind of fun to do a video walking home at 1 in the morning with this. So let me know what you think. I think it would be kind of fun, and I think it would put to the test some of the claims in my comment section that I am absolutely insane for being willing to do something that I've done many times over the past 10 years with little to no issue. Let me know what you think, and give me some suggestions, and I'll follow up with something. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.